Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Take a look at the Suzuki PV50 EPO frame. Doesn't it look good? I've just had it powder coated in a silver sparkle. This does look amazing. It is so fresh. I just can't stop looking at it. But what I wanted to do in this video, I thought I would share some useful tips and advice on what to do and how to prep your motorcycle frame for the powder coaters if you've never done it before. Now, I wish I knew the following things before doing my bikes previously, because it would have saved me a lot of hassle, aggravation and pain. When you take any metal to a powder coaters, usually they are good because they sort of know if they take a lot of pride, care and attention in their work, they will sort of understand what not to blast and what should be, etc, etc. But I have had it where I've taken a frame to a motorcycle to a powder coaters, and they've blasted all of the inside of the threads, they've blasted everything you didn't want blasting, and then it's come back pretty much ruined, or you've got to remove paint, etc. So this is what I'm going to share with you, my tips, because if you want a great finish and a great outcome, it's normally the preparation that's key. And because it's being powder coated, it's not too hard to prep it for them. It does save a lot of aggravation. So when you give your bike to powder coaters, usually what they do, they bead blast the frame or shot blast it with either sand or walnut shells, I think it is. They remove all the existing paint, then they coat it with a powder and put it in an oven, and that's the finished product essentially. Okay, there's obviously a lot more to it as far as I'm aware, but that's the basics. But if you're not careful, you can get stuff, i.e. the threads for the bolts, like all your fixing threads, all of those can get ruined if you don't cover them beforehand, or if they don't cover them. Sometimes they put a rubber nipple in them, sometimes they don't. So what I do from now, what I've done from this one here, is I've put a nut in each and every fixing place on the frame, because what that does is the nut will just protect the inside of the thread, because if they bead blast that and it comes back bare, then it's going to end up rusting, or even worse, if they bead blast it and powder coat it, the thread is just going to be really hard to actually get your bolt in there. So what I do now, I buy a pack of bolts, like ones that will fit, just like an assortment. Ones which I don't care about, they're basically just getting put in the frame ready for the powder coating. Like these are just all hex heads. Obviously I've made sure they're metal, don't use plastic ones. I don't even think there is such a thing, but still, just make sure you get some metal bolts and cover every single point or thread that you don't want to have blasted and powder coated. So that's my tip number one. My second thing is, if you can get some high temperature masking tape, and like here for example, you can see this is the original, this is like the original finish. I made sure this was masking taped up because I did not want, that's like where the brake lever sits on, I think, if I remember correctly. So the problem is, I've had it in the past where I've had it powder coated and it increases the diameter, and then you can't get like your brake lever on there, and it just becomes a nightmare. So, and then you have to grind all the paint off, then underneath it's bare, and oh, just don't do it. So masking tape up everything where you think you want a moving part to go back on. So you can see, like there, for instance, I've done it. I've also I also masked up all of the headset bearing case thing. I forgot the bloody name of it, I can't think. But yeah, the headset basically top and bottom, that was all masked up. I didn't want any paint getting in there in the race, that's the word I was looking for. And yeah, so my next thing now, when I take all of these out, it's ready to be reassembled. It's going to look good. And the same for like the swing arm. So you can see here, this is where the suspension basically bolts onto. So I'm masking taped all of that because you don't want any paint on that either. Same as the brake arm, as I was saying. Also inside where your bushes go, you want to make sure that's covered. And basically, because otherwise you're never going to get the bushes back in. And yeah, you want to remove anything that's rubber before it goes in, and anything that moves you want to cover up. So I just thought I'd share this. I know I sound a bit long-winded, but this 5-minute video will save you a lot of aggravation in the future, because I've had it in the past as well, where it had been powder coated inside, your wiring harness, it won't ground properly, and then you'll get stuff like the lights don't work, indicators don't work, things don't work properly because the metal has been covered. Yeah, so if you prep it, doesn't take long. This probably took me no more than 10 minutes to prepare, and now I've got a great finish, which I'm really happy with. Also, things like forks, if you ever take forks in there, make sure you take the actual tubes out. You don't want to take them with the tubes, because if they blast the tubes, you'll never get them sorted. But yeah, I just wanted to give some tips, and I hope you found this video useful. If you guys have got any tips, let me know down below in the comments. But I think that's going to be it. I've tried doing this in one take. Didn't want to talk too much, just wanted to keep it short and sweet, because normally when you're trying to get these jobs done, you don't want to spend time watching stupid videos like this. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. Hope you found this video useful. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe and all of that, and I'll see you again soon in the next one. Bye for now.